Jeez, it's so hot here. And all I have to cope is this one fan. You know, it's times like this where I wish I had the power to duplicate something, so I could make myself another one. I said, I wish I had... So the episode begins, as most do, at the beach as Gantu is chasing the two down, them already having caught an experiment. Oh, I see. I remember what happened last time. So, let me take a guess and say that the plot of this episode is more going to be about how people use the experiment more than the actual experiment itself. As a matter of fact, I think the experiment is barely going to show up in the episode at all. Over with Gantu, he's pissed the two got away, but in response, Ruben is actually kind and just tells Gantu to share his feelings. Huh, that's surprisingly sweet. At the house, Jumba explains the experiment's function to make duplicates of something. Huh, that's oddly convenient, since just in the intro I was thinking about how I wish I had something with that exact ability. Oh well, I guess just because it's a TV show, all I can do is dream. He goes on to say that when the experiment does duplicate something, it makes a slightly inferior version. Before Pleatley comes in and informs us that Lilo's having a slumber party and pretends to be a drill sergeant. A bit odd for Pleatley, but I guess it works. The two come back from shopping and run into Myrtle and the gang getting some shaved ice.
Business hasn't been as good since everyone started counting calories.
Wait, so last time he was complaining that he wasn't making enough shave ice, so he got Slushy to help him with that, but now he's complaining that, oh, people aren't having shave ice because they're watching their calories? I know being a shaved ice vendor probably isn't the most lucrative or stable job, but this shouldn't be happening. This is a kids' TV show. Once your problem is fixed, that's it. You're just happy forever. That's how it goes. You can't just suddenly have another problem. That's not how this world works. Lilo reminds her about the slumber party, and in Myrtle's words,
"Don't worry, we haven't forgotten." Great! See you later! But we're not going to her slumber party. I never said we were going. I just said we didn't forget.
Further cementing the fact that all Myrtle is just a big, mean, bingo card winner. Because she wins at bingo of being a mean person. Yeah, that works. Also, she's a huge bit. Back at the house, Lilo's waiting for her guests to arrive, but first shows Stitch's guests in, upsetting her that her friends didn't show up. Back with Gantu, Ruben continues to be a nice, friendly therapist to Gantu.
I understand your problem.
You do?
It's obvious. Your life is a boring failure. I wouldn't want to be you either. All you do is whine. It's all the Trog's fault.
You said you wanted to hear it.
I didn't think it would be so tedious.
Daddy always said to trust no one. Why didn't I learn?
Nice, Ruben. Really, really nice. Nice, Ruben. Really, really nice. You. You piece of Doing this is exactly why Gantu doesn't trust anyone and has trust issues. It's for people exactly like you, making him share his deepest stalker secrets and then just throwing them back in his face, pretending to be super nice and actually letting him share his feelings and just being friendly for once. And no, it was all just pity. You and your entire life is just a failure. You piece of People like you suck, you ass, and whatever punishment you receive, you will 100% deserve it, because people like you, the worst, you backstabbing piece of Anyway.
boring failure. Says him. What does he know anyway?
Excuse me. Could you tell us where Orchid Street is? We seem to be a little lost.
No, I don't know where Orchid Street is.
Oh, that's all right.
I know what you're thinking. I don't know where Orchid Street is because I'm a boring failure, that's what!
See what you've done, Ruben? This is exactly your fault.
Oh yeah! Run away from the boring failure! Run far away with Ginger! Run far away.
This is exactly why you suck, Ruben. I see Gantu has just completely given up on trying to hide his identity and appear vaguely human to people, as now this big alien guy is just running right up to people's faces and shouting at them. Why did none of them just report him or anything? Though I guess if a big alien guy came up to my face and shouted directly at me at how much of a failure he was, I'd be pretty much in so much shock that I wouldn't be able to process what just happened. Along other feelings, maybe, if it were Gantu. This is irrelevant. Luckily for Gantu, though, he happens to find not just one experiment pod, but 4. Back at the house, Stitch's friends are busy having fun, but all that is doing for Lilo is bumming her out.
Don't get me wrong, Stitch. I love having you for a friend. But sometimes I want a whole mess of friends. Is that so wrong?
Huh, that's a surprisingly profound theme going on there. I know that I, especially when I was a kid, felt the same feeling at some point. Wish I had more friends. For me, I always just seemed to naturally gravitate to having 1 or 2 best friends instead of having a whole big group of smaller friends. But, I mean, in the future I'd come to find out that having fewer good friends is better than having a lot of smaller ones. But even then, I still felt the need sometimes, or more the want, to have more. Not because I didn't like the ones I had, but it's just a childhood feeling you get sometimes, that you wish you had more people to hang out with. More people to hang out with. More people to play Smash Brothers or Mario Kart with. Try and beat levels in Super Mario 3 or play Pokemon Game Boy Advances. Granted, I never played Pokemon, but I had a bunch of friends who did, and I always had a feeling that I wish I could get into it. More people to mess around with cheats in San Andreas, or outdo each other's high score in Tony Hawk. Wreck our friendships in Mario Party. Play and create Little Big Planet levels together. Play Monster Hunter with. I get it, Lilo. I wish I had more friends too. I wish I'd made more friends.
I wish I could make a whole bunch of friends. Make friends.
Oh no. Oh wait, no, Lilo, this isn't what I meant! So Lilo goes to the experiment and tries to clone herself, but Stitch, seeing what she's trying to do, attempts to stop her. But...
Uh-oh.
Back with Gantu, he activates the experiments.
Welcome, Heat, Thresher, Plasmoid, and Hammerface.
Wait. Hammerface? Hammerface? But he was already on the experiment list. Oh no. Now this experiment's continuity is just completely ruined. And not to mention the whole saved ice vendor slushy thing and it... Oh my god, it's just completely wrong. It's all... I don't care anymore. I don't care about critiquing continuity anymore. No matter what I try, no matter what order I go in, or what order I try and make myself, it's always wrong. No matter what, there's always some type of outlier, and it's always gonna be wrong. So I'm just done. I'm not gonna do that anymore. What's the point if it's always wrong? Gantu trains the experiments to hunt down Stitch, while back at the house, Lilo shows Pleatly the multiples. They then proceed to wreck the house, which I guess is because it reverts Stitch back to his base programming? Though, now that I think about it, wouldn't that mean he'd want to destroy the entire world again? Or is this just Stitch is freaking out because there's so many and he has free will, or because there's so many, group mentality, he feels he has the right to mess around? It doesn't make any sense. Gantu then tests out the experiments in action.
Cut it out!
Heat, would you do the honors?
That's not funny!
Ooh.
Hey!
Ooh. Ooh, vindication feels good. You know, that actually kind of makes me sound like a psycho. And actually, now that I think about it, I've been pretty emotional this whole episode. I wonder what's up with who cares? You got what was coming!
Hey guys! I missed you at my slumber party. We had a scheduling conflict. That's okay. Let me introduce you to my new friend. There goes hula class.
I wonder just how many hula classes have been ruined by Lilo's antics. Or, I guess the better question in this case would be, how many hula classes haven't been ruined by her antics?
By the way, I'm having another slumber party tonight. Only this time, you're not invited. Right, guys? Yeah! It's good to have a posse.
As I said, vindication feels good. At the house, Stitch looks like he's seen better days as Jumba explains a side effect of the cloning. The amount of times a thing is cloned, its energy is split to those copies, leaving the original with that amount missing. Since Stitch has been split up into 3 copies, he's basically living on a fourth of his usual energy. Since Stitch has been split up into 3 different copies, that means his energy has been split 4 times and he's only running on like a fourth of his usual energy. And the more that the clones move around, the more they still drain his existing energy. Later that night, Gantu takes the chance to attack the house.
Take the trunk, men. Take all the trunks!
Gantu's weirdly okay with seeing multiples of Stitch, especially given that he hates him so much. Though I guess the episode did show him already chasing after the experiment, and he has the pod that gives a notification when an experiment activates and what its power is, so I just wasted a good 30 seconds, didn't I? The clones attempt to fight off the evil experiments, but due to them not having as much energy and strength as one normal Stitch, they get, how do you say, destroyed. Gantu congratulates the experiments and he's turned Reuben into his servant. Okay, yeah, feeling slightly less good about supporting him. At the wrecked house, Jumba says to get Stitch back to normal, they just need to fuse him back into one.
Alright, I called an emergency carpenter to come and fix the damage. Maybe Nani won't ever notice.
Speaking of, where is she? I mean, I thought this was just going to be one of those episodes where she's never mentioned because she's not the focus, it's not really that important. She's not the focus, you're not supposed to think about her. But now that the show did bring it up, I'm thinking about it. Where is she? What's she doing? It's at nighttime. She shouldn't be at work. And also, she should be used to the house getting destroyed this many times. I am already. This was until their plan changes to make 4 copies of Pleatly for a distraction? They sneak in but get immediately caught. Nice guys.
Don't you dare touch him. He doesn't want to make copies of all your evil experiments.
That's an inspired idea. I'll make 100 of each of them. Make me 100 plasmoids.
No!
100 heats. 100 threshers. 100 hammer faces.
Oh, that's very clever. So, as Gantu has made 100 versions of each of the experiments, each of them is 100 times weaker than the usual. So, that lets the 4 times weaker than usual and in no way a fighter completely wreck the floor with them. It's so weird seeing completely of all people completely wreck the floor of 100 experiments like it's nothing. It's kind of amazing. Lilo forms Stitch back into one and they defeat Gantu.
Wanna talk?
When I was 13, I had braces.
That's it. Let it all out.
No, Gantu, no! Don't accept his abuse again! Don't fall back into it! Completely gets formed back into one. Lilo learns the lesson that
When it comes to friends, it's quality, not quantity that counts.
and the episode ends with them finding the one true place to use the experiment at the shaved ice vendor stand to give people low-cal versions of the ice cream. Shaved ice. The end. Okay, so let me ask you a question based off of my plot guess from the beginning of the episode. What's the experiment called? It's a trick question. Lilo never names him. In the entire episode, he's barely even in it. And so, that proves my point. The plot summary came true, the experiment was barely even in the thing, and so it was more about how they used him than the experiment himself. You just needed one scene, one little scene, where as soon as Lilo gets him back to the house and Jumba's explaining him, and she hears that this little girl, this experiment is a duplicator. Duplicator? I should call you Dupe. That's it. That's all you needed. But no, you just forgot. I didn't forget. I mean, I don't have much credit for this whole block guess thing because, I mean, I watched the episodes multiple times before writing and filming these videos. I know what's gonna happen beforehand, but let's just ignore that. The episode is pretty solid. It has a good moral, a TV show concept I love, cloning characters and then seeing what they do with them. But it actually brings a good consequence to the cloning, making the clones weaker and then the original being drained of energy. And the episode has some really funny and entertaining fight scenes. One thing that is very odd, however, is the animation quality. It's another odd case of it looking really good in some places and then odd looking in others and then making really easy to spot mistakes. Like this shot where a frame of Lilo's hair is a completely different color, which was so obvious to me I saw it on the first time without even pausing it. And the whole thing with Ruben, well, let me put it this way. Unless he has some sacrifice or a big redeeming action down the line, he is my most disliked character. What he did to Gantu was so awful. It was almost as bad as the things that Lilo and Stitch have done to him combined. Not as bad as Amnesio. Not as bad as Amnesio. I will never forget that, or forgive that, but this was pretty close. We can cross... oh god. We can cross off heat, pressure, and plasmoid off the experiment list, keeping Hammerface already crossed off, and find the one true place where... oh god. I just noticed I haven't even named it. I haven't even mentioned the actual experiment here. I completely forgot about him. Like, He's not even named in his episode, and I forgot him in the episode he's named after. That proves my point right there. We can cross all those previous experiments off, and Dupe off the experiment list, and we can show the one true place he belongs is at the shaved ice vendor's place, with Slushy. It's still so weird, but I wonder if the two of them would get along. If Slushy and Dupe would, or if they would fight each other, Slushy would win. Or, I wonder if in the future they'll even mention the two being at the same place, or if these episodes were made completely separate from each other and they didn't realize that they both used the same place. It's probably going to be that one, isn't it? And the moral of the episode is, when it comes to friends, it's quantity, not quality. Wait, no. Well, this video is a wrap. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the like button if you liked it. Leave a comment down below of your thoughts on this episode, and subscribe to me if you want to see more Lilo and Stitch love. I'll see you next time. Hi there. Now, I know you probably have some questions. Oh my god, this is awkward. Are you... me? Yes, actually. I am. How? Why? Well, apparently the people at Disney heard your need for a duplicate, and so they made one. I was asking for another fan! Good, because it's really hot here. Not another me! But what about that whole thing of you wanting more friends? Yeah, more friends! Make more friends, not make another me! I even said I didn't want to do that in the episode! I already know what I'm like, I don't need another me! Well, I'm sorry. Oh my god. No, it's fine. I think. Do you at least have another? No, I don't have another fan. God damn it!